Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's No FOMO Charts TA live stream for stocks and crypto investing and swing trading. Yes, if you haven't noticed the announcements all over TradingView, TradingView streams, the live streams platform, and all the videos will be discontinued on April 7th, 2024. So TradingView live streams is shutting down on April 7th. No FOMO Charts, I will continue to create video ideas and chart ideas on TradingView, YouTube, and X social media throughout 2024. And for any requests and questions, feel free to ask in the comments of TradingView or my YouTube videos on a weekly basis before the next video. So basically what's happening is instead of live streaming, everyone is going to create video ideas or chart written ideas. So I'm going to transition to video ideas, and the format will change as well. So just to reiterate that, if you go to the tradingview.com/streams and you click the yellow box link, you can find out more information. I'll just read some here. It says, farewell streams for TradingView. We're announcing a change as part of our ongoing efforts to bring you the best trading tools and community features. On April 7th, 2024, we'll say goodbye to our streams feature to make room for innovations. Very quickly, why are streams going away? They are shifting their resources to focus on tools that offer more flexibility and value to our users, like video ideas. We would like to encourage you to start creating video ideas instead of making streams. Streams will be active until April 7, 2024. However, we would like to encourage you to switch to creating video ideas instead. And also on May 1st, 2024, all the recorded live streams on TradingView in my profile will be deleted on TradingView. So basically moving forward, everyone just has the option of make a written chart idea or create a video idea or chat in the Minds feature or on the live chat on the right side of TradingView. So it's still a very social platform. Just want to say really quickly, thank you to TradingView. Thank you, TradingView, so much for all of the opportunities and features that you have given to live streamers and traders and investors on the TradingView platform. It was a great learning experience for me as well. I streamed for over 2 years on TradingView, also on YouTube and Twitch. And I learned a lot, and I hope people also were able to gain a lot of knowledge about technical analysis, trading, and investing. So thank you so much, TradingView, and all my followers. I will still continue here on TradingView and YouTube. Twitch, I'm going to stop Twitch because that's primarily a live stream only platform for now. Probably going to just move over to TradingView and YouTube videos only, and TradingView chart ideas and Twitter chart ideas only moving forward for now. That's the plan for now for me. All right, that's a very long-winded intro, but very important for everyone to know. Okay, so today is March 31st, 2024, just about 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for stocks and crypto, there's a lot going on that happened last week. Let's get started. So earnings season is not happening yet. It will happen in about 2 to 3 weeks, starting with the finance and also the big tech companies as well. This week we have Cal-Maine Foods, Levi Strauss, Lamb Weston, and Conagra, some food and clothing companies. We have a lot of economic data this coming week. So manufacturing PMI, job openings, factory orders, OPEC JMMC meetings, non-farm employment change, services PMI, Fed Chair Powell is going to speak again. This is not the FOMC meeting, just another speech. Unemployment claims, average hourly earnings, unemployment rate, and consumer credit as well. So there's a lot of data that's going to come out this week. Now, last week's data was important. So we closed out Q1 2024, and now Q2 is starting for all businesses, the economy, and for investors as well. The notable data for USA was the GDP was above expectations. It was plus increase 3.4%. And the core PCE index, that data was in line with expectations, plus 0.3%, which was expected. So that's actually good sign for the core PCE with that potential June interest rate cut start possible. That's what a lot of analysts and economists, when you hear on the news, that's what they're forecasting because of that data. Unfortunately for AT&T, their customer data was hacked and leaked 2 weeks ago, just putting that in there as a stock idea news. Now for crypto, there was a lot of lawsuit activity that continued last week. So the SEC versus Coinbase lawsuit, a USA judge allowed the SEC to continue their lawsuit alleging that Coinbase exchange was involved in the sales of unregistered securities. That's in regards to staking and wallets. So we'll see if that is going to actually come true or not. USA Department of Justice and CFTC filed charges against KuCoin crypto exchange, alleging the exchange facilitated money laundering transactions. The former FTX CEO, SBF, gets 25 years in prison for crypto fraud and conspiracies, guilty of fraud. SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. The SEC wants the judge of the lawsuit to impose a $2 billion fine on Ripple due to direct sales of nearly $800 million to institutions. So we'll see if that's going to come to fruition or not with those lawsuits. But the good thing that I noticed about this is even with all of this bad news, the crypto market did not crash. Something to realize. Something to realize there. With all of that bad news, we did not crash down that much in Bitcoin. Okay, so let's go to stocks now. Welcome everybody. If you have a question or a chart request, these last two live streams is the place to ask me. Okay, so go ahead, ask me your questions in the live chat or chart requests. Go ahead and type it in the live chat right now. And if I'm live, I will try to answer it if it's a answerable question. Let's start off with stocks. S&P 500 still in the uptrend right now. Still in this uptrend for 2024. We can draw a level of resistance below. We draw a level of support below. Draw a trend line resistance above. It's in a very tight uptrend. And as long as we're still golden crossed, okay, there's no signs that much that we're going to come down, really. Even on the weekly, there's no huge red or evening star, which is a bearish pattern here. Evening star, by the way, there's no shooting stars, there's no bearish engulfing candles, there's no gap downs or anything like that. So for now, we're okay in the stock market going up. It's just a matter of buying on these dips, which are EMA support for now. We just had a dip a couple days ago, and we're continuing to go higher. The only maybe warning sign that I'm seeing on the weekly is that bearish divergence is beginning. It's starting here on the MACD histogram. The price is increasing, this is decreasing, but we had a cup and handle, which is a bullish pattern. So like I said many weeks ago, 30% from the breakout is the target. So eventually the target is 587 on S&P 500, probably even a psychological 600 as well. It could take, let's say it took us half a year to get here, maybe another year until we get to maybe the 587 to 600 range. We might have one large pullback here. It's possible because we haven't had a large pullback since this correction back in Q4 2023. See if we get one more correction and maybe it'll go up. Maybe this correction will come in the election in the USA in November, October and November. Okay, let's move on to QQQ. QQQ, NASDAQ as well in a very tight uptrend. We can draw another trend line below the support of the current trend. Golden up crossed here on March 2023. That is a definite signal of a start of a potential uptrend, and we are continuing here. Now, the only warning signs that I'm noticing for QQQ NASDAQ is that there is more visible double top and bearish momentum. Okay, I wrote about this in my idea, which is free on TradingView. The written chart idea is that the bearish momentum is forming. Now, it could take months. Last time we had this bearish momentum was 2021, but we're not having interest rate hikes. We're having the reversal of that right now. We're having potential interest rate cut, and we do see that reflected in the chart price of the cup and handle as well. It's just that technical setup exists. We just need to have the bearish catalyst and events, if it's ever going to happen in the future. The upcoming potential catalyst could be earnings. That's happening in mid-April as well. Dow Jones, DIA. Here we go, DIA. And on the daily, still in an uptrend, that golden up cross ever since way back here in November 2022. We actually survived that golden up cross. And we're going still in the uptrend. We have a quick question. I'll answer that question right after this chart. Had this nice double top and we're still uptrending. On the weekly as well, no major signs of a critical pullback or anything to get scared of, because we have a nice little bullish, almost not quite a gap up, but just a continuation there. We are starting to lose momentum, but no clear signs of a crash or anything like that. IWM, the golden up cross just started in December 2023. So small cap starting to catch up here. We broke out of that large channel for about 2 years. And it looks like it wants to break out and start this new uptrend, looking like 20% to the upside after the breakout. That target is 236 up here as well. A question here. Again, for all my viewers, this is the request and Q&A live streams. I'll do 2 of them. So do not be shy in asking questions. Okay, you miss your chance. These TradingView live streams are over after one more live stream. So I'm probably going to stream on April 6th or 7th, and that's the last one for live streams. I have a question for TradingView. Good evening. Hello, good evening to you as well. Do you offer any subscriptions for Forex pair signals? Okay, so I am a individual chart analyst and investor. At this moment, I do not offer any subscriptions or financial advice at all. This is just an educational live stream. But we can analyze some Forex charts if you want to. So just go ahead and let me know in the chat box if you want to do Euro USD, USD JPY, etc. Just let me know. Move on here. We'll go to GLD. So gold. Oh, perfect. Gold. We're looking at it right now. XAU USD. All right. So let's go ahead and analyze this. So we're on a daily. Okay. I'm an investor or swing trader. I'm a long-term perspective. All right. So we zoom out. I'm going to start off on a weekly. We just broke out of recently this resistance, 2048. Okay, there's a breakout. We almost had a bearish head and shoulders, but that did not come true. We can draw the support on the downside. And then what is this creating? It's creating an ascending triangle. I talked about this for many weeks. Watch out for this potential ascending triangle breakout. So then if we measure this move, 25%, assuming the market doesn't crash, the target is 2561. But then the breakout spot is a little bit late. If somebody's trying to go long on this, it's not extremely overbought here on the RSI on the top here. So it's still in the middle of making its move. It's been in a golden up cross for a while now. since January 2023 and again in October 2023. So that's just something. Long-term patterns, they really do make sense. Okay. And it's high, low, high, low. We just had that upside down head and shoulders a couple weeks ago, and it's blasting out higher. Next targets, that looks like. Next targets, let's get this on the right side. You can see it using pivot points. If you're Forex, pivot points, very important. 2299, 2366, 2500, basically. Now, if you want to get really granular with it, we zoom in and you can see it was resting on, I'm on a 4-hour chart now. It was resting on this EMA with the golden up cross, had that breakout right here, actually at night, February 29. That is the breakout spot. So if somebody's trying to really catch this, I would have put an alert right here or put an alert down here just to know, are we going up or going down in terms of the price break. Zooming in a little bit further, you can see we had that MACD histogram momentum, and we also had a double bottom on the RSI. You can probably see it better on the hourly here. Hourly, we had hourly oversold. On the daily, if you zoom out, we had that one big, I still remember this, October 2023 support level here. And then we had an upside down head and shoulders off support. Same thing with Bitcoin with MACD histogram momentum. So just being able to understand that and analyze that, catch that as soon as you can. If you're like a scalper or a day trader, it's a much, much different story. I'll just touch on that briefly here. Maybe use like a 2-minute or a 5-minute. Let's see if we can glean something from the charts and see where is it going to tell me it's going to break out. So I'm on a 5-minute chart right here. Let me zoom all the way back out. Might be too many signals. What date is this? February 27. So then we use our handy dandy calendar tool. So then manually go back. I'll just pick a random one. So like here, March 20th. How do I know this thing's going to go up? Well, if you're a 5-minute day trader, you got to zoom in here. There was a golden cross signal. Doesn't always work on these little 2-minute, 5 minutes. But there was a oversold here at 5:35 in the morning, my time. Oversold right there. And then golden cross up, momentum. This is neutral, but there's a slight breakout here. If you use maybe a moving average, you can kind of see it start to creep up here, and then the price goes up as well. If you're looking at like yesterday's move or just like 2 days ago, wow, 2-minute time frame right here. You can see the price in this blue box go sideways, symmetrical triangle, or you can interpret this as a rectangle breakout or upside down head and shoulders with a upwards continuation. You had a double bottom on the RSI, MACD histogram opening up, and the breakout here at 1:30 p.m. my time on Thursday. So there's a lot of signals there for people, but the shorter time frame you go on, the riskier it is, and the less chance there is of long-term success. So personally, that's why I became an investor. Just some food for thought there. All right. That was a lot of education in one example. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's go to silver. ETF, SLV. Let's go to a 15-minute, 1-minute. Great, glad that helped. So we have the daily here. The daily chart turned into a large symmetrical triangle and just tightening up here. Tightening up. Oh, what I do want to say before I move on to SLV is, let's not forget, people, everyone here, that TradingView, they have the free paper trading. Okay, free paper trading for you, and you can practice in the daytime free. You don't have to risk any of your money or capital. You can practice buying, selling, market, limit, stop orders, take profit orders, stop loss. Everything you need is here. Order history, trading journal, even. That's extremely powerful. If you don't have time for that, then I would recommend the bar replay feature. It's also free, and they enhanced it by being able to rewind to any point on the charts. Then you can buy or sell one quantity and test your knowledge and experience in your strategies on any time frame at any time at your leisure. They did not have this before. I wish I had this when I started, and I still practice with it once in a while, right? Just to keep my skills a little sharp. I also look at chart patterns and candlestick patterns like at least once a year just to refresh myself, right? Sometimes I get things even flipped once in a while. So, right, let's pretend we're trying to trade silver educational. All right, so what am I doing here? Daily charts. So I'm doing more of a swing trade. I'm identifying, okay, a large level. We're in the 618 zone. We find this level of resistance on the top. We see this support level. So, we had a breakdown. And so it's still crashing like this. Now, in terms of the EMAs, death cross, that's not good. Looking at the MACD histogram, there is some bullish divergence though. Let's see what happens. It's just a random trade. Let's buy this. So let's pretend I'm doing a trade here. Let's do a 10% risk, a small amount of capital, see if this actually goes. This is a very investor mindset. So let's see if it works. We'll buy one, and I'm long silver ETF right now. We'll speed it up 3 times. It might get rejected down into my stop loss area, but if it gets stopped out, that's okay. It's holding that support level of $17. Okay, it's getting close. It's getting close. All right, so it's a very small number because it's only $19 asset. So the profit is only going to be a couple dollars. It's going to be $2 profit, but you get what I'm saying. It's more about the risk reward ratio, and the money scale is different. But here, I want to put my take profit order up here. You pull that TP icon up, and you pull the SL, the stop loss, down, and just let it ride. Let it go. If it gets really close and is hovering up there, and then I'm just going to make a decision to flatten that and sell. No, don't get greedy. There we go. It's sold. Took my profit, actually made, and let's fast forward, and 100% win rate. There's only one trade, right? But see, that's something I identify. Quick technical analysis right there. Even though it's in a downtrend, okay, this actually created an upside down head and shoulders with a breakout. So this thing should actually go higher than that. But I have my 20% take profit level, and it should go actually up to about 22 and then move around there. Let's see what happened. Yeah, see? It hit that 22 area, and then it had a crash back down, made a higher low actually, and continued to the upside. So that's just some quick trading tips and knowledge and advice, and that's actually a strategy that I showed you there. But that could be used for multiple assets. I'll show that a little bit later when we do Reddit RDDT. So silver now that we have that back end education and knowledge in our minds and our pockets right now of our mind, let's see what's going on right now. We had a upside down head and shoulders type of, or a double bottom, triple bottom, but we are approaching this resistance here at the 23.36, bounce off that support 2015 dollars, and we had this. Now, doesn't this also look like a potential ascending triangle? I mean, what is this, right? So metals continuing in the golden up cross, it just golden up cross again. So the two scenarios on silver are, it's like gold. It's going to break out or reject down and test $21 and probably one more attempt at the breakout, unless something really bad happens in the market. But you can see it's even on a weekly, it's starting to turn into an ascending triangle. This is a real potential right here. If this is true, maybe 25% potential on silver. We'll see. Maybe I'll even put this in idea, maybe if I really believe in it. So just watch out for that as well. Go faster here. Copper had a nice little breakout off of that daily upside down and shoulders. And again, golden cross. I remember telling people weeks ago, if this breaks out and holds this level, watch out for this getting up to this zone. And we almost hit that $26 level. We did hit it barely on a candle body wick and then got sold off. People taking their profit on that trade. Very good. Very good. The weekly is still in play. This is what I'm talking about. On a weekly, you could see a huge upside down head and shoulders with the neckline breakout. Let's measure that move. 10%. Did we get there? No. It's supposed to hit the 2682 next target if we hold this 20 EMA. Let's fast forward to US oil. US oil also in the golden up cross on the daily. High, low, high, low, high, low, high. We're hitting that higher high right now. In this zone, right below $80, that's probably the next target. I have to go zoom in to get a little bit of this, to see the golden up cross, to see the support level. So if you really want to get into this, it's turning into a symmetrical triangle. We just had that breakout, and the plus or minus move here is about 1% for the scalpers. So in terms of, if you're an investor like, wow, I wish I got that at the bottom. Well, there were rounding signs here. There were signs, and then it's just a matter of somebody playing that risk. I did play natural gas during that time. Natural gas, unfortunately, still in the death of all death crosses. Incredible downtrend for natural gas. Again, UNG does not respond to the technicals that much. You can see there's a massive downtrend. This is a textbook downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, consolidation, lower lows, one short squeeze here, but still that's a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we're going to keep dropping here until it gets extremely oversold, or it might turn around this week, maybe on those OPEC JMMC meetings or the natural gas inventories, right? But you can kind of see there's one downtick. It's very, very subtle on the daily chart that we have that red histogram of the MACD. We just lost that support level of 1473. You need to watch out for that. We just bounced off that pivot, which is okay. And I'm watching out to see if we get lower lows here. Continuation, when it gets really extremely oversold, maybe we'll get the bounce. That's one scenario. Or this week, if there's good news, we'll get a bounce. We'll see. All right, let's do a couple stocks, just the big names here. Microsoft, #1 market cap, largest stock in the world, USA, as in the USA at least. So resistance 433, the support level at 402, and we have this support level. So you can see there is a little bit of a dip opportunity in 397 here. We're approaching that earnings on April 22nd as well, and starting to lose a little bit momentum. Microsoft, unfortunately, on the charts, yes, we are in a golden up cross, but you're starting to see it lose momentum. So I'm expecting a pullback, just even a little bit of a pullback. Now for Apple, we do have this death cross that's bad on Apple, but we're going to fight for this double bottom here at 168. I had a bunch of ideas. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Just want to watch out for that, if this death cross comes true or not. Okay, so I'm moving on to some ideas that I had. So again, QQQ, we have some of this potential double top on the price. Going to NVIDIA, NVIDIA on the weekly had a bit of this bearish, a little bit of a bearish, almost a bearish engulfing candle, almost. More like an inside bar, but more specifically on the daily, it's a double top. That's bad. So for now, there's a temporary resistance. It's probably not going to downtrend crash, but it's going to go sideways, at least for a little bit here on the side of the chart, and that double top right there. So watch out for that. Another idea for video ideas, Walmart with the double top here. The thing is it's in such a strong uptrend that it's almost at the support level. Watch out, this double top, head and shoulders. We'll see. Something really bad has to happen for Walmart to really crash like that on the stock. But on the weekly, it's pretty obvious that there's an evening star, a bearish pattern on the weekly. See if that gets shorted down by the bears this month. Next one. On Disney, on the daily, there was a bit of a shooting star. On the weekly, they did have continuation. Nice breakout play for Disney, high, low, high, low, high. And see if it's going to hit that 130 or not. Just on the daily, it had that little bit of the pullback. But the Golden Cross just started in January 2024 for Disney, so it's actually could be a continuation play. I'm just calling out what I see on the charts. Now, Starbucks, on the other hand, with all its political problems and corporate problems, all I'm going to say about this, it's not about the morals or the ethics. It's just about what am I seeing on the charts? It's in a downtrend, death cross, yes, on Starbucks here on January 2024, but I am seeing some kind of support level holding here with a potential upside down head and shoulders opportunity here. 3% if that goes up to the breakout could take us back to 95, and this might not occur until earnings towards the end of April. AMAT, Applied Materials, looks like on this daily chart, it actually printed a lower high. That's not good. The potential signal of either a dip or the start of a downtrend if it gets really bad. Now, we also lost the second trend line, which is now a resistance. So this candle right here that happened on that particular day, the gap up and the pullback down. Essentially for now, it's going to go sideways. Now it's turning into like almost a descending triangle being held here. Earnings is far away, May 10th. But something I noticed on the charts, want to watch out for that. If this turns to a weekly double top, this is a great short opportunity. Possibly, I might short that if it gets really lost some momentum. Okay, next one, Netflix, another video idea. Netflix continues to be in a massive uptrend here for almost 2 years. One of the market leaders, if you think about it, Netflix not going anywhere in terms of being a streaming entertainment leader. So it's still here in the support area resistance. We just got rejected from this resistance is what my idea is we had this rally into the top of the resistance and then pull back. Where can we pull back to? Because we lost that level. Probably have to bring up a Fibonacci from the last leg up. And you can see all the levels here. 236, 593, 570, 549, and 528 if it gets really bad down there into the earnings on April 22nd. Just want to watch out for that. Okay, I'm not seeing any more questions or requests. Let's move on to crypto, what everyone's here for and what everyone watches for. Let's go to total crypto market cap. And again, the beginning news of this stream, we're talking about the 2 to 3 lawsuits against crypto exchanges and Ripple. So Coinbase, KuCoin, and Ripple lawsuits are ongoing. And even though we had that bad news, the market didn't crash out of fear, which is good. It actually went up a little bit. Market's open right now at the time of this video. The only thing I want to caution people about is, yes, I was bearish on these particular candles, but then I realized that, just to clarify my weekly idea for Bitcoin, I have to make a new one, is that the weekly candle did not close actually. So then we had that support and then it actually broke out. So just a quick reminder for everyone to let the candle close, even for myself, before I release the chart, which is why I streamed on Sunday today. So now that actually finally closed, we're getting some pullback after this candle. What we want to watch out for in the patterns of price, however, is if this prints as a lower high, just like Applied Materials AMAT chart, that is not good for Bitcoin, because that could signal a potential pullback or potential start of a downtrend, because Bitcoin needs to continue higher. We can have these small little pullbacks, but then it should turn into a bullish pattern, upside down, head and shoulders inverted. And then that's what blasted us off rally last time. So we actually had that again in a 4-hour. We had that upside down head and shoulders, right? Pull back, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, inverted. And then it should break out. It hasn't yet. Maybe because all of America is on Easter Sunday breakout, and markets are closed apparently in the UK tomorrow, in my opinion. I mean, from what I've read, is that maybe it's going to be quiet for another day or two in the crypto market, and then we should see explosive move in this week because the halving is coming up in less than 3 weeks. It's already April 1st tomorrow. Okay, in like 5 hours for me, it's going to be April 1st, 2024. The halving is coming up. So if we're going to get this type of pullback, we just want to watch out for that. If it's going to pull back, we're going to pull back to about 2.4 trillion market cap. Right at the 236, I'm watching for that. If we have a breakout above 2.7, fantastic. That's great. Now, how does that affect Bitcoin? If you go here in the Bitcoin chart, same idea. We had that symmetrical triangle on the upside down head and shoulders breakout. Did it complete the 10%? No. It's supposed to go up to $74,000 Bitcoin, but that's where we're stuck between. We're stuck between $62,000 and $73,000 Bitcoin at the time of this video. Still in the golden upcross. Okay, just like gold, we're still in the golden upcross that happened on crypto Bitcoin March 2023. That's 1 year ago. 1 year ago. We also had another breakout October 2023, another shorter term EMA golden cross off of RSI bottom. Now, it's continued to go. We tested the 50 EMA, 100 EMA last time. We've tested the 20 and the 50 EMA. We just really need that price to break out above 73,000 here. Again, if this is a lower high, it could consolidate. That's option 2, scenario 2, go sideways. Okay. But the bearish scenario is this could double top and then pull us back down to 60K. So just keeping that in the back of my mind is if we don't break out in the next couple of weeks, I mean, it might consolidate and sell off a little bit. We need to have serious, strong bull buyers in the next couple of months, at least, I would say. Because this bullish pullback, it took a month to complete. So from the top to bottom here, we're about maybe 1 more week away from seeing some kind of action estimated. And the weekly for Bitcoin it's getting a little choppy up here. But we have to realize if I zoom out a lot, okay, this is the zone of the previous all-time high of 60K and 65K, 65,000. So if we're going to back test that, it's going to have to come down significant. It tried to do that once. It actually did back test it off in last week's idea. So I'm hoping we could get the continuation to keep going here. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say. High, low, high, low, high, low, high. Back test that. Wait a second. There's support levels there off the hammer candle back test off of these levels. Let's get that next leg up. Can we do it this year? Now, just to rewind the charts, the last time we had a happening somewhere here in May 2020, we did have some consolidation and hesitation sideways. Sideways, basically, on Bitcoin. And then we had the higher high, higher low breakout. So in 2016, let me see, I forgot when that happening was, 2016. What day was that? July 2016, right here in the middle. We actually pulled back. We rallied into it. Isn't that what's happening right now? And then pull back after the halving. And then once it sells off, everyone knows, just let it cool down. Let the price calm down. Everyone's fears subside. Everyone's emotions and fears and FOMO and FUD just relax. Hopefully the USA government and institutions do not try to do anything bad to Bitcoin during that time. And then the rally could start. It's possible, right? Same thing 2020 happened here. What about now? We're kind of getting really excited about it right now. It's rallying a little bit too fast. The golden upcross on the weekly is still there. So this is not the end, in my opinion. This might be actually the beginning, or maybe the beginning middle, possibly the middle of this move of Bitcoin probably going to like 100K, 150. Because if we bottomed out at, let's say, 15,000, Last time we bought them, let's say here at 5,000, we went 10x on Bitcoin. Can we 10x this? That would be 156,000. Is that, how far is that away from now? That's not that far. It's another 100% increase. But if we start to see regular inflows coming in on all these Bitcoin ETFs, everyone gets excited about it after the halving, we could totally, completely go up there. Now, I'm just putting this, the food for thought for people is watch out for government intervention in every country. I'm just going to say that government intervention to stop the rally. It's ongoing right now as we speak. All right, let's keep going here on Ethereum. I'm going to finish off with the rapid fire of altcoins here. So from an investing mindset. So weekly, we did have that resistance at about just below $4,000. Okay. High, low, high, low, high. And again, it started to pull back. Ethereum getting hit a little bit harder because of some fundamental problems. But this is a large pullback. You see we have the golden up cross on November 2023. We're rallying. We hit a big resistance and pull back to the 50 EMA. Now, if this is a continuation play, it should bounce from here. This is the problem that we're not seeing yet. And because I need more time as an investor, because the three scenarios on Ethereum is number one, bullish scenario is we just bounce out of here because it's upside down, head and shoulders. Rally on 16%. Let's get break up to like a 4200 and then continue up from there. Scenario two is we go sideways here between 4,000 and 3,000 and just chop around here for a little bit until the market can make up its mind. The bearish scenario is lower low straight down to 2,600 or 2,800. So watch out for that if you're a bear. If we start to lose this resistance 3665, it's not going to be that pretty. Moving on to Binance Coin. Binance Coin, a lot of these have this setup. It's the same three scenarios, right? You have an established high from the previous. Now you have a lower high, that's not really that good. I don't like to see that because that sets up the stage for more red. Let's go to Solana. Solana is slightly different. Thank goodness. Broke out of $200. That's good. Let me bring it up on my chart. Broke out of $200 this past week. Very, very good. And very, very good to see. Let me bring up a different chart. Bitstamp, we'll use this. You can see here, why did this happen? People ask me all the time, how do you know something's going to happen? Actively chart it. Actively chart this thing, symmetrical triangle, breakout. Where did it go? Up or down? It went up. Yes. Yes. That's what you want to see. Next target, 25% to 50% to the upside if Bitcoin goes up, if Bitcoin goes up. So these are the two targets to the upside. But a sim triangle could also go down negative 25%. It could take us back down to 150 as well. So I'm looking for this pivot to hold and this to continue in the higher high, higher low pattern. It's just floating way up here, probably on like a 5-day EMA or something like that. On the weekly, it is consolidating. You can see it turn into a flag going sideways. But the good thing, this is a really bad chart to use, but at least this golden up cross, it's not golden down cross yet. So if somebody's really trying to long-term hold like myself, just got to hodl it as long as I can and understand the volatility is going to go up and down every single day because it's crypto. That's what crypto does. It moves around. Okay, it's volatile. So now that this is stuck here, we can see we had that support level high. I'm on a 4-hour chart now. High, low. See if we can break out that higher high. Starting to lose momentum a little bit, but the trend is continuing on this chart. Next one. Can't forget about Ripple. Ripple. Now, not much happened on Ripple. Pretty quiet, except for the lawsuit. Okay, this is why this coin, I'm saying on the chart, did not blast off in the moon. It kind of has some problems. So if you're a Ripple investor or you believe in this, you love this coin, I would keep a very, very close eye on the USA lawsuits that have been happening against Ripple. It's in the news at the beginning of this stream. right? Because it's golden cross, so people want this thing to go up, but then there's a head and shoulders resistance because of the lawsuit, all right? So this thing, 57 cents, needs to hold. The next level support down is about 50 cents, 57 cents. Try to break out above 75. That is the goal for Ripple. Next one, Doge. Everybody loves Doge. Let's get even this, just a Kraken chart. Doesn't have all the information. I like the Coinbase chart. You have much, much more information. At least you get a high and low. Now, Doge right here. Remember, this golden cross, November 2023. Why did I not panic and tell everybody to sell here? Because I knew it's probably going to bounce continuation from knowledge and experience. That's why if I'm an investor, do not get too scared. I would get scared if I longed here up at the top and then it's down 30%, then get scared. But for me, I bought Dogecoin way down here. Way down here. So when it goes up, even if it pulls back, who cares, in my opinion? Don't get scared. HODL, diamond hands, whatever you want to call it. Just from experience, high, low, higher, high. Now, the problem is now we're starting to see that loss of momentum. The bearish momentum is starting to come down. Now, where's the next pullback? It could pull back down to about the 18-cent range. I don't really want to see it come down to 15 cents or definitely not 12 cents. But you can see the pullback setup is starting to occur. We'll see how that happens, if that happens. Now, on the weekly, we did have that weekly upside down slanted inverse head and shoulders, which should be we should be bullish. We should have went 73%. We hit that. We should go 150% next target, almost there, which is 25 cent Dogecoin. So in short summary, probably a pullback and maybe continuation unless Bitcoin crashes very hard. Speaking of Bitcoin, let's look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. That's something I skipped at the beginning. Let's just make sure there's nothing creeping up on us here on this chart. Now, the price is above all EMAs, basically. That's good. Now, it's hesitating here right at the 55% range. I want to watch out for that. And it's riding this rising wedge ever so closely. As soon as it drops, Bitcoin down, maybe altcoins up. Can't really predict it perfectly, but when you had a clear setup here, that's the bottom of the market on Bitcoin. Now, in terms of this resistance, see if we break that, yes or no. Let's go, keep going here. Thank you for watching and following. Just to announce again, there's only 2 more TradingView live streams. TradingView live streams are being shut down. They're being discontinued on April 7th. So I will continue to make video ideas on TradingView and YouTube, but there will be no more live chat. So if you have a question, please ask me in this video or the next one. Any question, even if it's your first day, this is the time to ask me because I won't be able to interact with chat in the future unless I live stream again. So the Cardano on the daily and the weekly here, still in that golden up cross, November 2023, we're making higher highs and higher lows. But something that's forming is there's a temporary head and shoulders. I'm not too scared of this because this golden cross is still here. But if this happens to be true, which would be really sad, it would be negative 33% from the neckline breakdown. And that would just totally destroy the golden up cross. So I don't really want to see that as an investor, but if it happens, well, it's crypto. What can you say? Because on the weekly, even though this thing blasted off, you do see people taking profit December and March. I took profit on March just because I didn't like how that was going, and that was the good decision in the short term. But in the long term, if this is going to blast off to $1, I'm going to have to open up another position wherever that support level is. So you have a short-term versus a long-term indicator, and that's why it's a little mixed in the market right now. That's why for me, I keep telling people to avoid no FOMO, or to avoid FOMO and to have no FOMO, you need to get into the market early. Way before anybody says anything and before you see like green in the market, etc. Oh, hello, long-term follower. Hello, I see you on YouTube. Thank you for following, subscribing. Yes, I can look at VZ. If you have questions or chart requests, just let me know. TradingView TradingView live streams are being shut down. They've been discontinued April 7th. Let's look at VZ. So I think this is a stock. Is this Verizon? Let me check something while I'm waiting for that response. Okay, so Dow Jones, this Verizon is inside the Dow Jones. Verizon's also inside the S&P 500. So before I go into this, we have to just do a quick rewind to the S&P 500 and the DIA. Okay, so S&P 500, let's understand that we're still in a golden up cross since April 2023, and the large bullish cup and handle is still in play. On the weekly, we're starting to see a little bit of signs of bearish momentum starting to pull back here. But knowing the market and knowing the bulls, they want to keep pushing this thing higher. We have earnings coming up in about 2, 3, 4 weeks for some of these companies. Same thing with Dow Jones is it's in the uptrend and the daily golden up cross. The weekly, we don't see any extreme signs of selling, although it has been overextended for some time. So Verizon earnings upcoming on April 22nd. That's 3 weeks. That's like 2 days after the Bitcoin halving. We might see some news about that. The good thing is it golden up crossed on December 2023 and a secondary up cross on January 2024. So these are good bullish uptrend signs. If you're an investor, if you know what this is, because just for example, when's the last time? I still remember you. Thank you for following and subscribing and supporting all these years. I still remember you. So VZ, Verizon, right? Which is great. The weekly, we actually, hold on, this is kind of let me get my bearings here. So we had the golden up cross here on December 2023. And in the pandemic, you can see what happened, right? The last time we had a golden cross on Verizon was August 2020 after pandemic. Sometimes this thing crashes because if earnings are bad, it just crashes. We have a little baby up cross, and then earnings are bad, and this thing just crashes. So Verizon is very sensitive to earnings, and then if it gets a death cross, then this is going to be short. This is happening because we had a market-wide turnaround. Almost every single stock came back alive 1 year ago. Okay, so a lot of investors, I bought stocks in crypto in like this zone. Okay, so coming in now, it's a little bit more dangerous for the entry, but hopefully trying to buy one of these pullbacks on the way up. But I would caution against wait until maybe after the earnings, even if it gaps up, because I mean maybe one scenario could be. I hear Jim Cramer say this, and this is not financial advice. He tells people maybe buy some if you're a long-term investor, and if it pulls back, you could buy more. That's one of his strategies, not mine. He tells people that on his show. Just trying to get some of these support levels. Okay, so it's not all about technicals. Stocks is about fundamentals. It's about earnings and about news. So trying to just kind of add it in if you're really loving this company and loving this stock. But the good news is it's a golden up cross. So unless Verizon does something really bad or has bad earnings, hopefully it keeps going. But that does not mean we're not going to get any red on the way up. DCA, yes. But just understand, Verizon, 19 million, it's kind of it's not an AI play. AI plays are all like over, in my opinion, by now. In terms of the entry, it's so high. It's like plus 700% or something like that. It's very high. this is just people are banking on the fact that interest rates are probably going to start to come down the middle of this year to end of this year. And if we get turns into a bull run for like 2 years, then we're all going to be glad to buy any of these companies. So just watch out for that is what I'm saying. But let's just pretend if I randomly bought now, like tomorrow, the stop loss is 7%. So maybe if we even pull it back down to 10% or 12% way down here, that's putting a huge amount of safety net below you. And then the target could be, if you're long term, like 20% or 50%. Or even 100%, right? It just, I mean, this thing has room to grow, but this stock, it's not like the hottest stock in the market right now. So hopefully that helps. And thank you for subscribing and following all this time. If you have more questions, just let me know. Jump back to crypto. Let's do SHIB because I was just doing, let's not use this one. Actually, we could use this one. So this was my entry on SHIB. I think somewhere right about 700. Okay. So on SHIB, you know, still up about 270%. Now, the thing is with this one is, wait, that's not the right one. Okay, let's use Kraken. Watching out for this is what I'm saying. All cryptos are here, right at this lower high area. I want to watch out for that. I want to watch out for that because you have higher high, higher low, and then way higher high, higher low price. That's okay. 2,400, high, low. But then watch out for this turn to a lower high. If this crashes, I'll probably take some profit on SHIB, even though it is golden crossed, because this is a very sensitive meme coin, basically. Very sensitive and small. I was hoping we could try to go a little higher to the previous all-time high here. But if you think about it, from close to close, it went about 500% almost. So that's pretty good. Last time it went 10x. So there are other altcoins that already went 10x. That's why we sold those. Alrighty. But if somebody is looking, this is a good example for like entries after a huge pump like this. This almost looks like a weird short squeeze, but we can close it, take the close, load a high, and get some Fibonacci in there. And you can see is the 382 to 236. So almost looking like it's going to turn into maybe a symmetrical triangle. You can see that long term. So I would watch out for the break of, on this chart, 27388. I'll watch out for that. Okay, next one, AVAX. AVAX, I still remember this day where I think I was like alone on the stream almost. Very few people watching during this time. October 2023, September, marking that potential low, and then look how high we went. We went 500%, just beautiful. So that's why, you know, never giving up on the charts, at least charting for me. People are free to do whatever they want to do in their life. But then for me, because I'm an analyst, I have to just keep looking. It's extremely painful when you're in a position and it's not going the way you thought it would. That's really hard on the emotions. But if you're just charting like a random chart or assets, I would encourage people to just do basic charting. And it almost turns into like a little game almost, because you start to see these patterns just show up all the time. Keeps happening. This is some large symmetrical triangle here, and that measure move is very, very large. We had a double bottom. We had a retest here, which is good. So I don't think this is over yet. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Now, could we get pullback? Could we get pullback? Yes, we could, because we have that bearish momentum in play right now. Bearish momentum. All right. This is still in the golden up cross, but bearish momentum to about like $33. Okay, just want to watch out for that support. If it holds, great, and we'll get another blast off up to like 50, 60, 70. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's take a detour here. For the last like 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, I'm just going to go over some trade reviews for some knowledge, education, or insight. You have a question, this is your last chance here. And then I'm going to do one more TradingView live stream on April 6th or 7th weekend. And that's it. That's the final TradingView live stream. And then it'll be all offline video ideas. You can ask me a request or question in the future about comments in the comment section of TradingView or YouTube, but there will be no more live chat for a while. So, or live streams for a while. So what I want to do is knowledge and education example. This is not financial advice. Reddit, RDDT. So this is an IPO, and this is why IPOs I do not like to trade it or recommend it to people, because what it turned into on the daily chart at least was a bullish morning star pattern, triple candle pattern, into a bearish evening star pattern. This is flip-flopping all over the place. So H4 chart, let's get the Fibonacci up close to close. We'll start to dig deeper here on the hourly. You could see, remember what I was talking about last time on the 15-minute. We had the last week I was talking about this. This turned into some kind of almost symmetrical triangle, almost. Now it turned into a wedge, and then it had a support level. I talked about it right here, and then it rallied. It's great. You had an upside down head and shoulders and a rally, back test of that, and then it definitely went up. Went all the way to about the 70s area, the hourly breakout. But then what do you see here? So here's one strategy. You have a support level or a breakout. The support level can be identified through some RSI, right? You have RSI 15-minute oversold with some momentum building off of the support level pre-market. That thing's up. So by the time it gets up, okay, if it's going to be up at 6 a.m. Or 9 a.m., depending on the time zone, have that breakout right at 48, and then MACD's open. EMAs are open if you use a short-term EMA. And then what happens? It rallies 40%, this stock, into a head and shoulders with a neckline, a clear neckline breakout spot, breakdown spot of $65, right at the Fibonacci 236, right? So being able to identify this in real time. Oh, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline. Where's the bearish target? Measure the bottom of the neck to the top of the head, negative 17%. Do we hit that? Yes. Where's the next target down? Negative 34%, which is lowest low of all time for this stock. So that's why I do not recommend IPOs to people or earnings to beginners, because there's just not enough information. If you're an advanced and above trader or investor, then you probably know exactly what I'm talking about, and you can probably play this to your heart's content, depending on the strategies. Okay. Now, the last example I'm going to do, because people did tell me they are beginners trying to start day trading. Okay, so the best way to start practicing that is in paper trading. So let me go here. There's examples, it's probably not going to go well in paper trading. We might have to bar replay it. Let's look at Bitfinex. For example, let's say you want to try to become a trader. Practice first. Research, study first, learn first before you jump into the market. Now, this is not a great example, but if somebody wanted to attempt it, let's reset. Let's see, show orders. Okay, we'll bring up the trade panel here. This may not buy, but let's just pretend that on this 2-minute, I identify, okay, it's going in an uptrend. We just had the breakdown. You can see the head and shoulders breakdown in 2-minute. Where's that? 0.61%. We actually hit that almost perfectly. Bring my RSI. All right, it's oversold levels. Starting to get a little bit of momentum forming back on this MACD histogram. Okay, death cross, that's not good. Pivot, we lost that. So there's a little bit more bias. We hit that short here, but it looks like it might bounce after getting pulled back. So theoretically, what I would try to do here is, it's downtrending. So I don't want to buy this at the bottom. I want to short it from a rejection. So somebody could just pretend a little bit just to pretend 70, 67, 8. Not pretend, but simulate. You want to short this now and take profit. Let's bring the short tool in here. Just an example. 0.25% to try to go for a little bit of a scalp. See if it pierces down to 73.27. Because this is short-term downtrend, you identified that. Now we have to manually write. Make sure we get that number correct, 73.37. Stop loss, 78.32. 78.32. And see if we could sell that, right? Yes, market is open right now. So paper trading is available. I'll just leave that there. Okay. Now, if you don't want to wait or you don't have time, again, the perfect practice tool is bar replay. Bar replay is actually kind of better. You get instant gratification information. It's a lot faster. So let's say somebody is just starting out with their crypto account and they want to go long, meaning you can only go long. Let's say somebody has $1,000 or 5,000 USD or 10,000 USD starting out. If you're starting out, I would say paper trade, study, research first as much as you can before you start to trade. Now, let's pretend we're on a Kraken chart. Let's just pick a random point in time. Maybe the pandemic. The crash of the pandemic. It was extremely difficult during that time. Let's say we're right around here, 2019, and you start to see we're in the golden up cross, but there is signs of bearish divergence. So let's go here. Let's go. It's trying to go higher, starting to consolidate, but then this is what I'm warning people about. If we have government intervention right here, the former president of the United States, President Trump, back then, he wrote on Twitter basically something negative about Bitcoin, and then it basically crashed the market. So watching out for that lower high here, if the government, if USA and SEC starts to do something bad with crypto, if it's a lower high, you probably want to short that thing down. Let's open this. Let's pretend, because we're investing, swing trading, we could do big targets. And so I'm going to sell one. Let it go. Do I get to control my take profit levels? There we go. So take profit, you have to hover over. So bring your mouse. It's invisible until you bring your mouse over. And then TP means to take profit in whatever direction you're going. And stop loss is the stop loss, SL, stop loss. So we're up in the money right now, and it's going to bounce around. So if it doesn't quite get to my target, it'll just close out the position. So keep going here. Rejected. Oh, we actually got stopped out. Oh, not quite. Wow. No, we did get stopped out. So then probably had to open another position up here. But you see, maybe the 20% target was too big. Maybe it should have just been 5% and 10% like that. And then that would have been a winning trade. So just understanding sometimes the targets matter. And the volatility, maybe I'll just shrink it to 10% for example's sake. Let's keep going here. Let's see if we're going to get rejected. We did. So I still believe this thing's going to go down because I'm starting to see some kind of descending triangle action. If we lose 9,000, this thing might crash. Let's see. So I'm going to sell one more and put my take profit just slowly down here and my stop loss up here. And let's see what happens. Got stopped out again. But I like this setup in terms of it's starting to show me weakness signs. So let's go ahead and sell one more, for example. See, this is why you love to practice. Like, I don't even care if I'm right or wrong right now. It's just practice, understand what is going on the chart. Hit that rejection, see if it's going to crash. There we go. There we go. And then net, we're only down like 20 USD net. So that was a fantastic opportunity right there. Now it's getting to the oversold levels. Let's say if somebody's really trying to play the market both ways. Let's see here. We still had that 5% stop loss. We could do 10% long. And now it's just about a matter of, okay, it's right below this area. Okay, right below this area. So let's see if it's going to bounce up. One theory could be it bounces back up to like 9,000 and then pulls back down. So maybe I could either play a very small long position, or maybe if it's going to short down again, try to capture that big short. But because it's oversold down here, I'm going to wait to see if I get some momentum before I make that decision. Okay, double bottom's good. But then I sense some weakness, right? Okay, so this is starting to bounce around here, starting to get a bullish momentum. So I'm just going to long it off of that technical setup. And we'll get to take profit at that 10% level with the stop loss below here and see if this actually goes. Nope. So that actually didn't go. I've done this example before, but we had this upside down head and shoulders potential, but this is a good lesson that it doesn't always do that. So now that we lost this level of support, very, very critical, 10% to the downside can be about $7,000 Bitcoin. So there we go. So I was just a little too early, right? My idea about long trade, I was a little bit too early. If this is real life, probably re-enter back on that reversal, right? You have a huge Morningstar pattern. So that was a big short squeeze example. It's actually better to leave the candles on. And let's see if this thing starts to weaken again. Let's see if it's going to bounce. There we go. So I'm starting to see if it's not going to bounce too high, the candle, symmetrical triangle to the downside breakdown. Let's see if we could actually end this practice session with in the green, right? Not really using my normal process. So just going real fast. Take profit. Let's put that 10% down here. And we're risking this much. And open that position up. Starting to see the weakness. There we go. So it got stopped out. So we're finally in the profit right now. And let's just, let's see, let's do a little bit more. The play-by-play. Now you can see the actual death cross occurred on the daily, okay? These were all, just looking back here, if we rewind and just kind of analyze the trades, turn off the indicators. Understand that I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. So the win rate is not that great, but because I managed my risk, I'm still in the profit green zone, right? That's a good lesson right there. Just not getting too emotional, not over leveraging, using the same position and risk management size, basically, except for that first trade. And then you can still walk away a winner, even though your win rate on that one session was not the best, perfect. Okay. Risk management is the key. Also, a swing trader might have, if I do this from a much more granular aspect, kind of overtraded a little bit, right? Because if you start to see this happening on the charts, clearly I don't want to long up here, right? That's why I shorted at the resistance areas that I was trying to find. Maybe this one was bad, but short here, and then short here, because we're seeing support, right? But because this is a support, however, the death cross on the EMA is showing here, I'm thinking it might bounce up and then dump because of this death cross. Let's see if that's true. Try to play that trade idea. If it dumps right away, I might have to grab that. Okay, so it's bouncing off the EMA and it's weakening. You could see it. We had the second death cross on this orange below the red. Second death cross. Now it seems weak. Even though it's in the oversold kind of zone, it's weak. So I'm sensing weakness. I'm seeing it on the charts. Let's see if we can get that next level of leg down. Oh, got stopped out. Again, sometimes the 10% target is a little bit too big if you're trying to play day trade certain swings. Let's keep going. The next rejection. Let's see if we get a rally. There we go. So now here, maybe I shorted it. Sometimes a short strategy is it bounces here and then dumps, but in this case did not. So I see evening star up here. I like to dump that, short that here for practice because I still believe in this golden cross. Watch out for this upside down head and shoulders though, right? So just be very careful that it's not going to continue to the upside. There we go. There we go. So the analysis of my price was correct. Don't think about the P&L. I don't really care about that right now. I more care about the analysis of, wait a second, if it's not rejecting, close the position, upside down, head and shoulders, measured, move, breakout, let's say 15%. We hit that 50%. Next target up is 30%. See if it's going to pull back up here somewhere. Bounce off the EMA, bounce up to the second target. We got a golden cross now and starting to really go high on that golden cross. Okay, good. Golden cross, beautiful, wonderful. Okay, now here is a particular, this is like a golden, what is it, a black swan event is what they say. Because technically on the charts, it's a golden cross on a daily, right? Technically, this thing is supposed to go up here. Technically, high, low, high, low, high, low, right? But we had the black swan event and it was COVID-19. This is somewhere around like March 2020, right? So if we didn't have COVID, it should have bounced here because the market was recovering on Bitcoin. But look what happens when this happens. We test it, people know to buy it. Okay, then something bad is happening. In this particular case, something really bad is happening because this should have bounced. This was the signal to continue long. But then because we had problems with COVID that lasted for almost 3 to 4 years, let's try to short this thing, right? You hear the news about a global pandemic and Bitcoin's crashing, short it down, right? And there you go. The massive profit. Right. So shorting, I'm not trying to like glorify leverage or anything like that. But sometimes when you have these practice sessions, it doesn't always go the way you think it might on the charts. This was a very short biased example, right? Slightly below average win rate, 40%. But then if you manage risk and still do it right, there are professional traders out there who have below 50% win rate, but if you manage your risk properly, you can walk away with cash or coin. And for me, for investing, my win rate is much higher. That's why I believe that investing is better than trading in terms of goals, right? Just what goals do you want? So let's rewind this to, let's say, something a little bit more recent of not shorting. So let's go long in the green side. Okay, so let's pretend we're long only. I know I said that before, but it ended up in the time of that period, it turned out to be very short biased, bearish. But let's pretend somebody entered the market, let's just started crypto in January 2023. And if you're long only, meaning you're green only, small to medium size account starting out, you can only go up. So let's pretend I sold all my coins here in this second 65,000 because double top and just get out of there. And then in looking back in history, that was 100% correct for me to do. Took profit here in the 60,000 zone because you have a head and shoulders, which turned out to be bearish. and then you have a double top here. And I still remember this. Somebody asked about this on stream is, you know, are we going higher? Are we going to back here in November 2021? People are asking me. The chats were going so crazy on Discord and social media and Reddit. People were just, everyone was jumping for joy, just screaming that Bitcoin is going to $1 million. But then I remember saying, wait a second, there's a double top here. So if we don't go above 70,000, I think it's going to go down. And then that happened in life. You lost that. If you're short, you want to short right there. You want to short that break, keep the pressure on. Let this thing crash. It's going to create a lower high and then you're going to dump again, probably, if it's regular trading. And then then we saw this huge head and shoulders, the second one, and now we know, oh, this is game over for crypto. Back then, negative 67% target down here, which is $15,000 Bitcoin. And that's the downside target. The next level down is 30,000. And now if you're long only, you're thinking, well, surely it's oversold. Here on the RSI and MACD, it should bounce at some point. We had that death cross as well. So as an investor, once it death crosses, I don't want to touch it anymore if I'm long only. Okay, if I'm long only. So it's going to bounce. It's going to pierce back into the EMAs, maybe dump back down again, oversold bounce. It's going to dump back down again just because it's death cross. That's the setup. Okay. Get a little higher low action, start to consolidate. If you lose support below 37, then there's something wrong happening. We have symmetrical triangle breakout. That's fine. It's good. Short again, death cross again. Bounce above 39. We lose this support, short it. That's what, yep, see that? That's what people are doing, right? So you can see the little short squeeze, the bulls try to tighten this up. Here going sideways, and then big short down here from here. But this is a long only, so I could have played that long and wait for the next long opportunity. But see, if it's in a downtrend and I'm long only, I learned to just be patient and wait. Wait for your perfect setup. Wait for your perfect criteria of when to enter and exit the market, and just kind of ignore everybody else who's not using technical analysis or some kind of quantitative trading strategy. Or if somebody's just saying, oh, something happened on this social media, that's why I'm buying or selling, that's not a strategy. That's just people talking. That's their opinion, basically. All right, so I see this start to consolidate, and it's in a death cross, and it's a bearish momentum play to the downside. It looks like it wants to go up, but you rejected big. See, that's why I know from experience. Once it's in the death cross, I don't trust it anymore. I don't trust these little fake out, little breakout stuff anymore. I learned the hard way in my own trading a long time ago. Is if it's like this symmetrical triangle and it doesn't have an extreme high bounce, we actually had a double top, it's going to dump down. It's already bearish bias. So now as a long, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a setup to occur that I think is good. It's still in the downtrend, maybe double bottom bounce, maybe upside down in the shoulders. There we go. And start to go up. But if you lose that support, then it's lost. Start to see that it's happening again. The momentum's getting lost below that support level. Are we going to dump again? Is it going to happen? Losing momentum. I could see a larger lower low, lower high, lower low pattern happening, stuck under the EMAs. It's not actually going too high. Okay, there we go. So some bad news in the market or some hesitation, right? This is a breakdown. This was almost an upside down head and shoulders attempt, but then a resistance and then a dump. That was probably from like a 15-minute setup. You're not going to see it on the daily chart. Start to see the price getting rejected below the EMA still. A little bit of momentum showing up here. Okay, so you notice that it didn't really show up here. We saw it one time and somebody played that short little bounce. Well, I'm starting to see something. This is 2022 that maybe we might get a bounce here just because there's that triple bottom support at 15,359. And I'm starting to see another MACD histogram setup let's see. So let me just pretend I bought it a little bit late right here on the long, but I have a 10% stop loss. Let me try to go larger, 20%, maybe, maybe not, right? Sometimes this 20% doesn't work. See if that's going to work or not. It could dump and this could be a fail. Still looking weak. Oh, great, right? So that one was just identifying the setup. That was a 1-for-1 trade. But how did I know that was going to happen? How did I identify that on the chart? Because of this. It's already in the downtrend. We know this. We know the previous level of resistance here at 18,800, right? But then I start to see some signs. They're very, very sensitive from experience of this looks almost like an upside down head and shoulders right here. Sim triangle kind of flag area. You have this support level at $15,000. And then more importantly, the big signal for me was MACD histogram is building RSI with a higher low. It's slightly higher. And that sometimes can indicate at least a little bit of a bounce. So this broke to the upside. The sim triangle measured move was about 10%. And we hit that 10% perfectly. And then somebody sold off right there, the shooting star. Evening star bearish pattern going back down. But then it made a higher low, the price above 16,000. And if you zoom in, there's another continuation and another higher low on the RSI. And then it turned into more of a triangle like this. And what is it? Ascending triangle. That's bullish. 10% from the breakout. Remember, that was my 10 to 20%. So first target 10% in real life, second target 20%, and that's exactly where everybody sold off. So technical analysis, just being patient. So rewind. If I'm long only, I want to be very patient. Be very patient, waiting for my buying and selling criteria, my setups, my strategies. It's not mine, but it's all over the internet. What works and what doesn't work? What patterns am I looking for? What indicators should I be using? You can find that here on TradingView or the internet. But even if you're just using what I'm using, is waiting for setup. Sometimes it fails. This also was a good setup. It was upside down head and shoulders, massive MACD histogram, bullish momentum. But then it didn't break above the neckline and crashed. This second time was ascending triangle and it worked, right? So if you just played those two setups, maybe you have a 50% chance in those two setups if you manage your risk well. You still would have been in profit. I was going very conservative and then had about the same profit as, like 6 short trades. Remember in the first example, like 30 minutes ago? So I prefer this. That's why you don't see me blasting out 50 ideas a week. I only need one idea, maybe a week or a month. Or even if I'm day trading, I only need like a couple good trades and I'm done for the day. Like I don't need to try to chase every single setup. Why? Because the algorithms and the AI in the market, they control the market. Hedge funds, high frequency trading firms, billion-dollar institutions, they control the market. Algorithms and artificial intelligence now is controlling the market trading. You are trading against an AI algorithm 80% of the time, approximately. So then I wait for a great setup. That's why. Just patiently waiting like a chart hunter, managing my risk and then letting it go. Emotionally, financially, just letting it go. So how did I do that? Like, for example, Solana, this is like my best trade of the year. Actually, it's my second. It's not even the best trade. It's the second best trade of the year. Let's go to just KuCoin global. So we bought, not just me, we bought Solana sub below $30. So where was the setup here? Is this this is downtrending, right? This is the last example. This is a downtrend. This is an uptrend. So at some point in here, in the midway point, is the reversal. Okay? The consolidation where it starts to go sideways, or sometimes a V-shaped recovery like that. But on the chart, it's oversold. It's oversold. It's oversold, right? So if you're just using that indicator, the purple one, RSI, there's that. example. But then the bigger pattern that I was looking at, I'm on a daily chart, was again the ascending triangle pattern. We talked about this on stream for weeks. Measure move of this was supposed to be 200%. I remember I said this. It could go 200 to 400% from the breakout spot. What is happening right now? It's actually going 600% from the breakout spot where we bought. Under 30. Right there. Right here. That's technical analysis working for you in the market. Probably one of my best trades of this year, right? Making 600% in the market? Yes, please. Thank you. It's not impossible to be an investor. And that's why for me, I've pretty much done almost every type of trading possible that I can here in the USA. And for me, just personally, I like investing. I like longer term swing trading. I am not a fan of leverage. I do not like leverage. I do not like chasing. I don't like scalping or day trading anymore because I just like, it's probably because also I'm getting older as a person, is I don't actually want to sit in front of the day trading console, the computer, trading for 8 hours a day. I don't want to do that anymore. When I was young, maybe I want to do that. But as I'm my old now, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm getting older. I want to do other things in life, right? I didn't move from one desk job, corporate job, to another desk job, the trader desk, right? You're just moving from a desk to another desk, right? That's not for me. So that's just my personal opinion. I am more of an investor. Because I have this very strong influence from Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, some of the wealthiest people in America, investors. I made Charlie Munger, rest in peace. I learned a lot from him. He said, I'm paraphrasing, the hardest thing to do as an investor is just sit on your hands. After all the work has been done, sit on my hands, meaning wait, be patient, control myself, and just waiting. It took a while, and nobody believed me. Not many people believe me. It sounded crazy when I was talking about, it's going to go 204% from in October 2023 from this spot. And then now that it's 600% up, 800% up from the breakout spot, everybody, everybody is like asking about Solana now. But I'm saying the key was buying here. Support level, upside down head and shoulders, 4 signals, RSI's low, MACD histogram. That's why waiting for a perfect setup. And now we're reaping those rewards. So I'm just here to try and encourage you. I'm here. This last 30 minutes of the stream was all just trying to encourage you and show what is it really like to try to trade crypto or day trade, swing trade. This is sort of like the real life scenario. Investing as well, up when it's going up or down. It's all about decisions, knowledge, strategy, education, skills, ability, opportunity as well, and preparation. So thank you so much, everybody. This was a long 2 years of live streaming on TradingView. Again, I will do one more TradingView live stream on the weekend of April 6th or 7th, and then TradingView live streams are getting shut down, it's closing down. And everyone is moving to video ideas or back to chart written ideas and the Minds chat function. So again, thank you so much, TradingView, for everything that you've done here on the platform for streamers and for the viewers. Thank you to my followers for following me for a really long time and for supporting and for subscribing, for boosting, for cheering, for commenting, and just hanging out and being around. Really appreciate it. I really enjoyed sharing the knowledge and information with you all these years. And I hope that you were able to benefit from it, even if it's just learning something new or if you had profits in your TradingView account, in your trading account. Thank you so much. Hope you have a good, nice week, and I'll see you in the final TradingView live stream next weekend. Thank you, and bye-bye.